Jakarta and its 30 million residents are sinking into the sea bit by bit every year. And as you can see in neighborhoods like this, the sea has already come and people have built their houses up on stilts. Most people in Jakarta live in houses or condos, in much safer areas. But this neighborhood, Muara Baru, is on the front lines of a city facing a crisis, driven by excessive aquifer extraction and climate change. The water below rises and falls with the tide, and living like this is not easy. Regular plumbing is not feasible here, and even basic necessities like fresh water are a challenge.
Satu ke sana ke rumah. Nah, ini saya masukin lagi ke rumah di sana. Nah, semua. Nah, nanti mesin di rumah dihidupin baru air ngalir. Tuh. Kami orang yang jual per blong ini. Harganya satu blong yang ukuran 120 liter ya. Nah, kami hargain 10.000, 8.000. Kalau kami mal-mal kesian warga juga susah cari uangnya.
Arta Suhara is the water man. He supplies water to his neighbors, filling buckets with a hose. The residents are used to it. Most people in Muara Baru, they don't want to relocate. Is that correct?
Sebenarnya warga di sini sudah nyaman. Kalau bisa mereka itu ya emang sampai tua tinggal di sini.
Some projections show that by 2050, more than a third of the city will be underwater. That's why the government of Indonesia has decided to do something big. Build a gigantic wall in the sea. Victor Konen is a Dutch engineer with Witteveen and Boss, the firm in charge of designing this project. Building a 20 to 30 mile wall is not as hard as it sounds, he says, but you have to do it right.
The problem is more the impact of such a seawall. So you can build it in a few years' time, but if you don't do it right, you are repairing all the impacts for decades.
For example, the waste and pollution that ends up on the coast. Wall off the sea, Konen says, and the bay will become a cesspool of filth.
And these rivers are heavily polluted, so you won't have a blue lagoon, you have a black lagoon.
Indonesia's president, Prabowo Subianto, is committed to this project, which includes a massive urban development. The giant seawall, as it's called, has been in the planning for over 2 decades. Jakarta already has some small dikes closer to shore. For now, this wall is holding back the sea, but that's just the start. The bigger plan is to build a giant wall 25 miles long, sealing off this bay, and then filling in all the land behind it, adding enough real estate to the city of Jakarta that it would be the size of Manhattan. There's even this idea that you could fill in the land behind that wall and build all these fancy neighborhoods, like shopping malls and things like that. Can you imagine that out in the bay?
Ya kalau memang pemerintah yang mau punya rencana mau buat, kan kami orang rakyat bisa berbuat apa, benar nggak? Setuju nggak setuju kalau rencana itu benar terjadi, kami orang rakyat kecil pasti digeser. Ya mau gimana lagi, ya kan? Ya kerjaan kami sudah nggak ada, rumah pun nggak ada, paling kami pulang kampung, sudah gitu.
In the meantime, knowing a slender strip of concrete is all that holds the ocean back is a little unnerving here. This neighborhood stands more than 6 feet below sea level, and locals have scary stories to tell.
Nggak tahu-tahunya itu air dari laut itu ya jeder, biar kayak orang mau tsunami gitu. Gede sekali. Ini abis ini ya masyarakat kompak, pasang tanggul gitu. Pasir kan ditanggul dulu, terus barang begitu nggak lama langsung dicor, pasang besi, ya itu baru aman itu.
Saya lihat di situ anak kecil nangis tuh, makanya nggak bisa ngapa-ngapain. Ya udah saya dikit-dikit merambat, saya gendong anak tetangga saya. Nggak lama perahu karet dari polisi masuk ke dalam ngebantuin saya. Habis itu ya udah saya dievakuasi.
Nggak bisa dibayangin kalau pas kejadian aerob itu pokoknya menakutkan, mencekam, karena di sini nih orang sudah terbiasa sama air, jadi nggak kaget lagi gitu. Malah anak-anak rame di sini pada berenang di depan rumah saya ini nih, pada yang berenang ke sana, berenang ke sini anak-anak. Ya seolah-olah jadi hiburan lah anak-anak itu. Ya.
If you want to see more videos like this one, subscribe to our YouTube channel.